If you run a marketing agency or a web design agency, in this video I'll show you exactly how you can implement a price calculator funnel that will bring in clients on Autopilot. So without further ado, I'll just go straight to it and show you how the funnel works. So how I built my own price calculator funnel is that I initially made my website so that there is an actual price calculator on the website, which you can see here. So when people come into my website, through ads, they will be able to fill in their information. So they will pre-qualify themselves, and based on this information they will get a price estimate and I will get their contact information. So based on this information I can call them and then I can close them, and also I can upsell them, but I'll walk you through that later in the steps. So if we take it from the beginning, I have Google Ads, which I tested out, and I have Meta Ads. And actually I decided to stop running Google Ads because it was hard for me to stand out in this crowd of other agencies who are maybe more established or have a stronger presence and larger click budgets. So I decided to remove that, also because when someone clicked on the ad from Google, they would go to the service page, and from here they would then decide to calculate price and go to the price calculation page. Not saying that Google Ads doesn't work out for web design, but I just found that the clicks were way too expensive for me to get leads this way as compared to using Meta Ads. So 2 clicks on Google is the same that it would cost me to get 2 leads from Meta Ads on this specific ad, which is an ad that directly shows like calculate your price for your new website. Like, what does a new website cost is essentially what this ad is saying. And so this actually just makes it much more simple for you because you can focus only on Meta Ads with this offer. So I got some different creatives that I made, some before and afters and some performance oriented ads. And what I found is that actually the price calculator one is the one that has the lowest cost per conversion, and many of the leads are actually quite warm. I had some conversations with them and they were really interested actually. So and I also managed to close some of them for some smaller tasks, but the idea isn't really that you per se get someone in on this ad and then make money on the first sale. This offer works best if you have upsells. So if you only do web design, I would strongly recommend that you do something else, or you figure out some services that you can upsell on, because you're gonna break even, I think, or with a small profit, especially if you have someone that you have hired to build the websites, or you have someone in-house who builds the websites. Then you have additional costs, so you're going to have a hard time making money on that initial sale. Build out additional services that you can upsell on. For example, hosting, support packages, essentially marketing, Google Ads and Meta Ads for your clients. So once people see my ad, they will get in, and as you can see so far I've been running this one for a couple of days, and as you can see the one with the 15 website leads, this is actually this ad. So it's the best performing ad. This probably also tells me that I should do more variations of this one, and I'm maybe also gonna make a video on it. But actually so far I've gotten so many leads that I kind of think the flow right now is fine for me, because I have enough time to follow up with them, and I have existing clients on retainers that I also want to make sure that I fulfill and are happy. So the current level is fine, but I could probably also turn it up a notch, which maybe I'll do that. I don't know yet, but you can definitely do that if you want to. But the cost per lead on this specific ad is below $10. I think this is in Danish currency, which translates to I think around $8 per lead, which is really good. These are a bit more expensive, but again, I don't have enough data for that. But also you would expect that these are maybe more qualified than these, because essentially these are before and afters and performance oriented, so people are more aligned with like, oh, I can get an outcome. I have something that is not so good, so I can get a better outcome if I submit my information. Whereas this one, I also experienced that some of the leads were kind of trash, and it was also some of them were competitors, small kids. When I called them up, they went a bit quiet. So yeah, definitely this one works best, and supplied up by these, it really gets good. So once I get my leads in from Meta Ads, they land on the price calculator landing page, fill in their information. This is in WordPress, and as you can see, I get all their information such as name, email, phone number, price, and then if I click in to the actual quote, I can see all the different things that they filled out. For example, if they are interested in support package, how many pages they want, if they want special functionalities, if they are interested in marketing, and all these things that pre-qualifies them, so that when I call them up, it's really an easy conversation to have, because they already gave me lots of info, so we can just talk about those informations that they gave me. And in some cases they got a higher price than what was intended. So I just told them like, hey, I see that you asked for special functionalities, but what specifically were you thinking here? Because I think we can drastically lower your price if it's not something complicated. And in many cases, it isn't something complicated, and then they get positively surprised. They think it's really nice. So it's easier to close someone. And also, like, once I get the phone call with them, then I qualify them on the sales call, as I said. And then basically it's, if they're not ready but still interested, maybe they are not ready to decide now. Many of the leads that I got were people who are considering starting a business for some reason, which also makes sense for website, because usually you would need a new website if you're starting out. So if they're not ready now but still interested, I will just make sure to follow up like within 3 days or 7 days, just really to keep calling them until they either tell me to not call anymore or they decide to buy. So I want that clarified as soon as possible. And then if they are not qualified, let's say they have budget issues, they aren't really serious, they were just kicking tires, then I will just, close that lead. And what makes this funnel work out, if you ask me, is if they're ready to buy, we will sell them the website, and the sale of the website kind of breaks even with production costs, client acquisition costs, because it also costs something to run these ads. But once it's delivered, this website, you break even and you can start upselling them, because in my experience, I think 80% of all these new websites that are built, they need help with either SEO, Meta Ads, Google Ads, support packages, or hosting. So all these things can be upselled to these clients to kind of increase LTV and increase stickiness. And in this way, you're going to make money on them when they become retainers. So in that way, this funnel really works out well. And this is what makes the funnel work. So if you just intend to use this just to make web design, this funnel will make it really hard for you to survive, I'd say. So yeah, use it for upselling, use it to get people into your business, and then once they're inside, upsell. So I think that kind of sums all this up. If you have any questions or want to know more about how I built this or what my experiences were, please leave them in the comment section and I would be happy to answer them as best as I can. And I would really like to say thank you for watching this video, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thanks.